eco-friendly, low CO2 emissions, and also hybrid. These are all key words for this 21st century. Joining us is Angela Park with another eco-friendly way of cooking. Good morning.
Yes, you can almost predict what I'm going to bring for you, huh? We've actually took the sales of eco-friendly products for the past 2 years at some of the major, largest department stores in Korea. And eco-friendly products saw a huge jump in sales. In fact, some items jumped up as much as 90%, believe it or not.
All right, well, we're going to be looking at a new way of cooking, these stove tops or cookware, and that is the induction.
Yes.
Now, tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, move on over this way because, in fact, these days a lot of newly built apartments are even just installing induction cooktops rather than what we're used to in Korea, gas cooktops, right? So I'm going to jump in front here and I'm going to turn it on for you. So all you got to do is start up the power button, then push start, and you can control the heat. I'm going to set it at about 6 or 7, actually, lucky 7, right? And then it's going to start boiling. Now, when we did a test, we took 2 pots. We filled it up each with 1 liter of water, right? One on gas, obviously.
So this was a fair test, right?
Fair test, and one on the Induction Cooktop. This is from DIPO Induction Corporation, by the way, the TCK35. Now, it heated it up in about 1 minute 40 seconds compared to the gas cooktop, which took about 3 minutes.
Okay, so
40
it's
seconds.
faster, actually.
Yes.
I would imagine that the gas stove would heat up the water a lot faster, but you can already see some changes happening right now. It's only been, what, several seconds.
Exactly. So we're going to actually show you how short it takes. Now, while it's heating up, though, Young, the thing about, cooktops, for example, I'm sure you've seen something that looks similar at pension homes. Yeah,
I've actually been to pensions and I've tried using these, but they look like that. But I don't know what the difference is. Honestly, I don't really cook that well.
Let me tell you what the difference is. This is the induction cooktop, the one you've probably seen, where it kind of gets that red circle in the middle, right?
Okay, yeah, that's the one.
That's the heat.
And it uses heat, right?
Exactly, and that's an electric cooktop. It's basically a board where it emits heat through, so the entire board can heat up, right? But this one, you see how I'm putting my hand right near it, and it's not hot.
No, wait.
In fact, I'm going to put an ice cube right here, and even though this is boiling, the ice cube is just sitting there, right?
Okay. Well,
so already this is boiling, starting to boil.
Our viewers, I'm sure you can see that you can put your hand way over here and it's not even that hot. So how does it work? Okay, so it's not through heat. How does this induction stovetop work?
Well, it uses this coil, this copper coil technology. This is basically right underneath the circle here, and what this copper coil does is it creates alternating currents, and then what happens is it sets up this dynamic magnetic field. Now, you take something that's electrically conductive, like this steel pot, for example, you put it near the stovetop where the magnetic field exists, and then it creates what's called eddy currents, and it flows through this electrically conductive steel, heating up the pot, and of course, consequentially, whatever's in it through heat conduction.
Okay, so basically, it's using this technology to not heat up the pot. I mean, it's heating up the pot, but not using heat to do so.
I'm going to cook some ramen as
Yes,
you're talking.
we'll let that ramen cook. So you have about 3 minutes to explain this one here. This looks like a regular electric stove. Right.
This is from D&D E-Range. Now, a lot of our viewers, maybe from North America, Europe, may be familiar with this, but in Korea, it's new because we use gas cooktops, right? This is just, it heats up the coil here, similar to a gas range, but the key here, but the key here is it's electric.
Okay, so it's using electric coils to heat things up. I can feel the heat already. So what are the temperatures that this could reach? Is it as good? Does it get the pot as hot as a regular gas burner?
800 degrees Celsius. I'm going to switch places with you here. And there's 3, which is convenient, right? Because you can cook various things. But there's also an oven function. And there's... I'm scared if it's hot, but we had cooked it earlier before the show. There's a little pizza there, pizza, fish, whatever you want to grill or barbecue.
Okay, so it has an oven function. It's an electric stove, and not only that, it's compact, so you can pretty much use it in small apartments and basically have different options for you to cook.
Here should be, I think, the real kind of clincher. For a family of 5, let's say you're regularly cooking stews, panchan, maybe twice a day. It takes about 84 kilowatts of power. That comes out to be about $12 US. That's including cumulatively graded tax and everything.
Okay, I understand that gas, if you're using gas, it costs somewhere between the vicinity of that, around $10 to $13 US per month. So that means that it doesn't waste any more electricity than it would on a gas stove. So there's an efficient way to do it. One of the options is that you can use this to use some of the traditional Korean cookware as well.
The biggie, right? As we call it, right?
There's nothing in there. But the ramen is almost ready. And now you've given us a couple of options to decide on when you want to get a new stove or put a new stove in your kitchen.
And it's eco-friendly, right?
All right, eco-friendly. That's the way to go. That's the key word for this year. Angie, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.